Hey, 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 happy Monday. Dr. Joe here from Atlanta. Welcome to Your Wellness for Life, where we discuss all 9 pillars of wellness, which is the state of being. Health is just one of them, a state of body, a disease free state of body. So, welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. For some people, it's meatness. For some, it's mindset. For some, it's Money Monday. For some, it's Mental Health Monday. Actually, we're going to talk about that a little bit, but then I kind of change, how you change the topic. So I like to read the newspaper. It's just probably a bad habit, but I like to stay informed, but I don't really focus on all the bad news. There is some good stuff in the paper, like the food section, the living section, the travel section. There's some good things in the newspaper. And but I like to stay informed. And but you can't let bad news in the news cripple you. So I was reading over the weekend. There were 5 takeaways from November jobs report, and most of it wasn't too good. You know, the unemployment rate actually went down a little bit, but it went down because people stopped looking, so they just stopped counting them. There's some job losses that are probably permanent, and the retail's turmoil persists. We see a lot of retail and hotels and travel and entertainment still suffering. There are a couple of bright spots, though, in the November jobs report. One was that construction workers are sought after. So there's construction going on, and some of it's just people, hunker down at home. And just like back in 2008 during the Great Recession, a lot of people started remodeling their homes and made uh, their their cave at home a better home. And then the other bright spot is that there were some gains for minorities, and actually hiring has gone up for blacks and Hispanics. So that's good news. Good news. So the news isn't always bad news. Um, and so don't let the bad news and the news cripple you. Um, but if you do feel like you're in a rut and you need something to kind of get you out of the rut, and one thing I recommend is don't just keep sitting on your phone and go looking through the news feed and listening to all the stuff that's just out there. Um, WMD is not weapons of mass destruction, but weapons of mass distraction. I first heard this from Ray Higdon of Rank Makers of Higdon Group, and he recently wrote a book called Time, Money, Freedom. And I heard that for the first time. He likes to say weapons of mass distraction. You're so glued to the news that you just can't function anymore, and you're just anxiety levels going up. And I think tomorrow I might talk about some mental health problems that we're seeing. But anyway, I've got 6 tips for you to try to get you out of the rut and try to get you off the news and onto what you should be doing. And we all have goals, so you may have some big goals down the road. Don't get addicted to that goal. Break up the small parts to get you to that goal and start working on the small tasks, you know? So don't try to swallow it all at once. Break it up into small tasks and come up with your action plans every day. Maybe Sunday night, Monday morning, come up with what you're going to do throughout the week so that you can stay organized and stay focused. So work on the small tasks so that you can reach your final big goals at the end. Number 2, take a break from your work desk. Now, some of you have gone back to the office, and some of you are still hunkered down at home. My day started this morning around, I think I woke up about 5:30. I had a case to do in the operating room at 7:30. Surgeons, we like to work early in the morning when we're kind of fresh and more focused. And then I had an office full of patients. So, I'm going to the office, and of course I'm dealing with, the news of COVID and the pandemic and all, but you can't let that cripple you. You have to kind of do what you have to do. Protect yourself with your mask and wash your hands and to the best of your ability, try to distance yourself. But so tip number 2, take a break from your work desk. So if you do have a desk job or a cubicle job, or you're working at home, I found out that sometimes it's very difficult to stay focused when you're working at home because there's nobody watching you, and it's so easy to wander and not get your work done. But studies have shown that it's best if you work intensively for about 50 minutes and then take a 15 to 20-minute break. So stay focused for 50 minutes. Don't try to multitask. Pick that one task, work on it well, get it done, take a break, then move on to the next one. Number 3, work on upgrading yourself. I Last Saturday I listened to a mindset kind of talk or seminar that was online. It was fascinating about how your mind works and how you can really reprogram it. So upgrade yourself. Treat yourself to, you know, new learning, or maybe you want to take up a foreign language or play a musical instrument. All those things are kind of cool to do, and it'll take your mind off the bad news. Number 4, talk to a friend. Most of our problems can probably be solved if we have better communication and we kind of get it out. And so lean on others that will give you an ear to listen to, whether it's your spouse, maybe even your children. Might be a wonderful thing to do right now is to up our conversations with people, and it'll be good for us. Number 5, try not to be perfect. You can't be so glued on perfectionism. Nobody's perfect. It's a journey, a journey to perfectionism, but nobody gets to perfect. And finally, paint a vision to work towards. I mentioned you got a goal, and break up the path to that goal in small, bite-sized tasks that you can accomplish. So those are the 6 tips I have for you. Work on small tasks as you try to reach your goal. Take a break from your work desk. You work best if you work for about 50 minutes, then take a 10 to 15-minute break. Treat yourself to something that will upgrade you or get you interested in something else that has nothing to do with what your job is. Talk to a friend, talk to your spouse, talk to your children, talk to your coworkers, talk to your minister. It'd be very good for us. And forget about being perfect. Nobody's perfect. And then paint a vision that you can work towards, that big ultimate goal. And you may want to write down a 1-year goal, a 5-year goal, a 10-year goal. Might be interesting to look 5-10 years from now and see if you reach that. So welcome to Monday. We got the whole rest of the week to look forward to. And I'll probably have a bunch of stuff happening this week. I know I'm going to be busy. So don't let the bad news in the news cripple you. And I actually have, so I gave you 6 ways to kind of get out of a rut and get your mind off of the bad news. I actually have 6 more that I'll be happy to share with you. And if you just put a comment, send me a comment or message me, I'd be happy to send those other 6 to you. So it's actually a total of 12. So on that note, have a wonderful remaining Monday evening. Make sure you get enough rest. Make sure that you drink enough water. Now that we're all wearing masks, we're all way behind in our fluids, and drink enough water. So on that note, we'll catch you all tomorrow. Have a good night. God bless.